Today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out the firmware 3.10 on the Line 6 HX Stomp XL. That was a mouthful. Line 6 recently released the 3.10 firmware update for their Helix line of processors, and I also happen to have a brand new HX Stomp XL. Now, while we will not specifically be covering the HX Stomp XL, because really this is an HX Stomp with, a little bit more, physically speaking. Under the hood is still an HX Stomp. However, I thought I would use this opportunity to take advantage of checking out a couple of key things in the new firmware 3.10. Now, more specifically, I thought we would check out the brand new Mandarin Rocker, which is a Rocker Verb Mark III amplifier, and I want to check out the tape. There is a 2-inch tape reel sort of thing. I haven't really dove into it yet, but I thought we would start with a blank patch and we would dial up a preset that I would give to you guys at the end of the video down in the description, and I could also use my brand new 2021 Paul Reed Smith Tremonti guitar. So you know what? Win-win for everybody. All right, so I am in HX Edit, where I will be showing you guys what I dial in, and I'm gonna bring up just a blank preset and kind of start from scratch. Now, if I were to strum, you would hear just my raw guitar. Not even my raw guitar. There it is. That's the raw guitar tone from my PRS Tremonti. First, let's start with, I guess I would start right here. Let's start with an amplifier. There it is. I will spare you the direct tone before we get a cabinet in there. I really enjoy the 112 Celestion 12H. But what I like to do is I like to use the low end of a Coles 4038 ribbon mic. I'm also going to bring up a second cab. We're going to use the same cab, but we're going to use a different mic. And I'm going to do this. So here's my 4038. This, let's see, what was I doing on the Heil PR30? That 57 mixed with the ribbon sounds pretty good. I'm gonna dial the low end or the level down just a little bit on the SM57. Now we haven't even touched the Mandarin yet, keep in mind. But I'm just kind of trying to fine tune and get the feel right away. The 4038 I think is pretty good to go. There's a lot of low end, but I'm liking it where it's at. Maybe we'll back off on the distance of the SM57. Let's see where the Mandarin's at. Oh, okay, so it's pretty much straight up the middle. So in real life, when I was touring with a Rocker Verb, I would always turn up the treble and bass a little bit and pretty much leave the mids right at noon. Actually, no, I would turn the bass down a little bit, wouldn't I? I guess, yeah, I would turn it by 11 o'clock. That's a really great start. So I guess there would be no presence. We'll get to that. So into the front of the amp, I would use some sort of an overdrive pedal. Right away, I'm going to try the Scream. I don't know if it's going to be the right one, but this is the one I used when I actually toured with a Rockerverb. Now I would actually put the tone a little less than noon, 4.5. It's pretty good. Very fuzzy, that one. Let's go back to the Scream 808. So here's what I wanted to know about the tape machine. I think that's under retro reel modulation. Okay, so this is a tape machine. It's automatically going to add some saturation and cut and smooth out some top end, right? Right now, the wow and flutter is turned on, so there's going to be a warble. Hear that? I'm going to turn this all the way down. I'm going to switch it to 30 IPS. I'm going to A and B this. Listen for the differences. Now, the IPS is inches per second, so the lower this is, the more top end is going to be taken off. The higher, the more high end is going to be intact. I like this at 30, I think. See, without it, there's not that low end kind of resonance. It's also shifting the mids quite high, which I actually like in this case. I am probably going to go to the amp and turn down the mids a little bit. Let's say to 4. And because we're adding that kind of low end saturation, I'm going to turn down the low end of the Mandarin even more. And then I'm going to come in with and just kind of fine tune. Let's try a low and high cut. So let's low cut at, oh, I don't know, 80. Maybe we'll use, cut some 240. Yeah, there we go. Some of those low mids we don't need. Love that. I like that unique mid-range character. And finally, I'm going to come in with some dynamics. And I'm going to select the LA Studio comp. I'm gonna put the mix down to 50%. I'm gonna make the mix way lower than that. I'm looking to kind of make some parallel compression and get some levelness to this tone. Put it way down, like 20%. Yeah, okay. This is where I would honestly stop. Now, if I was doing a full set with this patch, I would probably have some other patches to incorporate a little bit of a clean tone, something like that. Maybe shift this down and add an octave effect, something like that. But for a basic, big old British sounding rock tone, I think that suits the need pretty well, especially with something like a PRS. If you're using an active guitar, you probably need to tweak it a little bit, as it would probably be a little top-endy, maybe a little too crunchy for more like metal sounds. However, this is a really, really great, straight-up like hard rock tone. I like it. It sounds a lot like a Rockerverb. It sounds like a Rockerverb. Honestly, the amp captures they've been coming out with have just been phenomenal. Be careful with the speaker pairing if you're going to play around with this patch, which I will link down below in the description. If you're going to use something like a V30, it's going to be real kind of harsh because there's a lot of top-end information on the Mandarin as it is, just like with a real-life Orange. So just be mindful of that. Yeah, that was fun. Good job, Line 6. Bravo. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you liked the video you just watched, please consider subscribing. And if you want to further support me and what I do, consider using some of the affiliate links down below in the description of this video. Go on over to Sweetwater, buy yourself something, and help me out at the same time. It's a win-win for both of us.